Do you believe that black people are inferior in intelligence because of their heredity?
When you look at the world of legends, people usually figure success has to come with smarts, sharp minds that stand out from the crowd. But sometimes it's the exact opposite that creates the brightest stars. Nobody would have guessed that folks once labeled deficient, with IQs so low they're almost shocking, could climb to the top and become icons, conquering Hollywood, music, and millions of hearts. Some even changed history, leaving the world stunned by their sheer grit and passion. The 11 stories I'm about to share are all about their journeys, these famous names who smashed through every limit to become timeless monuments. 11. Richard Roundtree. Shaft, the coolest man alive, but with an IQ of just 82, Richard Roundtree turned into an American movie icon with his role as Shaft in the 1971 film of the same name, especially in the blaxploitation wave. Born and raised in New York in a middle-class family, Roundtree ditched the academic path to chase modeling and acting. The little-known reason behind that choice, his reported IQ hovered around 82, way below average. But a low IQ wasn't a death sentence. If anything, it was just one tiny piece of the massive picture of his legendary career. With pure determination and non-stop hustle, Roundtree powered through every obstacle and made Hollywood tip its hat in respect. The struggles from a low IQ showed up early, back in the classroom. No matter how hard he focused, he couldn't keep up with lectures, and his grades stayed rock bottom. That's why he felt zero connection to books and dropped formal schooling. Once he jumped into showbiz, even with his standout looks, impressive height, and deep magnetic voice, Roundtree still battled reading scripts. He'd have assistants read every line out loud so he could memorize them. It ate up time and left him drained and insecure on the job. But none of that stopped him from chasing the dream. On the set of Shaft, 1971, one of America's cinematic landmarks, Roundtree kept running into walls understanding long director instructions. Gordon Parks, the film's director, had to break every scene into basic moves like step forward, draw gun, look left, so Roundtree could nail it exactly. On top of that, he'd mix up shoot dates, show up late, or even hit the wrong soundstage all through the 1970s. Those slip-ups had plenty of people doubting his skills. But then the magic happened. Roundtree's career exploded not because of deep acting chops, but thanks to his natural coolness and charisma. With that towering frame and warm baritone, he stole millions of hearts. Directors just needed close-ups of his face and high-energy action, cutting complicated dialogue to a minimum. And boom, a legend was born. Richard Roundtree proved that sometimes you don't need superhuman brains. Raw determination and swagger can bulldoze any barrier and build a massive legacy. His life is living proof of the saying, "Nothing's impossible. Effort is what counts most." 10. Harry Belafonte. The Day-O legend with an IQ of 84 and severe dyslexia. Harry Belafonte is a global name thanks to his smash hit, Day-O, and breakthrough roles, like An Island in the Sun, 1957, a true giant in American music and film. Born into a poor Harlem family, Belafonte dropped out in 9th grade to hustle jobs like construction and selling newspapers just to eat. Nobody could have imagined a kid from those rough streets becoming an international icon and close friend of Martin Luther King Jr. With an IQ around 84, Belafonte faced brutal challenges, but his unbreakable spirit and love for music lifted him sky high. From childhood, Belafonte wrestled with severe dyslexia, something he only opened up about later. It wrecked his ability to learn. In school, he couldn't handle long reading assignments and bombed every test. Hollywood didn't make it easier. Memorizing movie scripts was torture. His first gig in Carmen Jones, 1954, took him a whole day to get through one page. To cope, he listened to tape recordings hundreds of times to lock in the lines. At press conferences, he'd sometimes answer off topic or just go quiet because complex questions flew over his head. Still, Belafonte refused to let any of it hold him back. The wild part? His reading struggles actually fueled his rise as a global music star. He never needed lyric sheets. He learned songs purely by ear. With his signature calypso style, he swept the world and sparked a whole new sound wave. You could say his musical intuition was off the charts, and that gift rocketed him to the top. Even with a life full of hurdles, Belafonte didn't stop at what he was best at: music. He wanted to be a powerhouse civil rights activist with fiery speeches. Early on, others wrote them for him. Eventually, he learned to dictate, have someone transcribe, then memorize every word to deliver soul-shaking talks to millions. By 1990, Yale even invited him as an honorary speaker on dyslexia, a huge, mind-blowing honor. Harry Belafonte showed the world IQ isn't the final word. When fate takes one thing, it hands you another as payback. With passion, insane effort, and iron will, any wall can crumble. 9. Pearl Bailey, jazz diva with an IQ of 85 who signed contracts with a thumbprint. Pearl Bailey, the music and film icon with that signature raspy voice, left a permanent mark on fans through killer roles, especially in Carmen Jones, 1954. Born in Virginia to a preacher dad and a mom who passed early, she started singing in bars at 13 to support the family. She never finished middle school, yet built a blazing career, becoming one of the biggest jazz stars of the 60s and 70s, while also shining in the civil rights movement. Here's a fact few know: Pearl Bailey's IQ was around 85. But that didn't slow her career or her weird magnetism one bit. In fact, her struggles memorizing lines and reading. Contracts gave her a totally unique style. Starting in movies, she couldn't handle dense contracts. Lawyers had to read them aloud, and she'd sign with a thumbprint or a scribble. The headaches didn't stop at signing. They hit the set hard, too. For Carmen Jones, 1954, director Otto Preminger slapped her lines on giant boards all over the set because she couldn't remember more than 2 or 3 at once. It stressed the crew and piled pressure on her. In her Vegas shows during the 60s and 70s, she'd blank on lyrics constantly. But instead of panicking, she turned forgetting into part of the act. She'd calmly stop the band, improvise with her voice and moves, and the crowd ate it up. Fans called them Pearl's ad-libs, and it made her stand out even more. In the end, Pearl Bailey proved you don't need perfection or fitting a mold, just talent, grit, and total self-confidence. She snagged a Tony in 1968 and later got named a UN ambassador, even though she couldn't read her own speeches. With all that, Pearl wasn't just a music icon. She's living proof that flaws can open doors to shine brighter than ever. 8. Billy Dee Williams, Hollywood's sexiest black leading man, but IQ only 84, needed tapes to memorize lines. Billy Dee Williams blew up as Lando Calrissian in Star Wars, becoming a cultural icon not just for the role, but for his smooth looks and velvet voice. Raised in Harlem, he started in art school painting, but ditched it for modeling, then acting. He starred in hits like Lady Sings the Blues, 1972, and stayed beloved as a mysterious heartthrob. Still, his IQ sat around 84, way lower than most big-name actors. Despite killer looks and natural acting flair, Billy Dee faced constant battles. From day one, reading and memorizing scripts was a nightmare. On Brian's Song, 1971, he couldn't recall long dialogue, so he taped lines to co-star James Caan's chest to peek during his turns. Every new script meant begging directors for 1 or 2 sentence scene summaries because he read so slow. Crew members doubted him plenty, and it wasn't a one-time thing. During Star Wars, Williams admitted he couldn't handle long scripts. He learned lines by listening to tapes over and over. Every new scene meant hours of replay to nail dialogue and reactions. It wasn't efficient, especially in a chatty blockbuster like Star Wars with tons of back and forth. But here's the twist. His reading weakness made him shine brighter. Directors knew his limits and skipped heavy dialogue scenes, going for close-ups packed with emotion. Williams maxed out his handsome face, piercing eyes, and killer smile to craft a mysterious, captivating Lando without needing tons of words. Billy Dee Williams wasn't just a heartthrob to fans, he showed limits can be the key to standing out your own way. With that deep voice and magnetic vibe, he became a living legend in Hollywood without ever proving smarts line by line. 7. Dorothy Dandridge, the first Black Best Actress Oscar nominee with an IQ of just 79. Dorothy Dandridge, the first black woman nominated for a Best Actress Oscar, lit up the 1950s. With drop-dead gorgeous looks, a hypnotic voice, and eyes that poured emotion, she carved a deep mark in film history. But even starring in Carmen Jones, 1954, her career tied to an IQ around 79. From childhood, Dandridge faced harsh reality. Pushed by her mom and mom's boyfriend to perform from age 3 with her sister in The Wonder Children, later the Dandridge Sisters, she never had a normal kid life. Homeschooled just a few hours a week, regular school was out. Hollywood made it tougher. Despite stunning beauty, she couldn't read long scripts. For Carmen Jones, 1954, Otto Preminger hired a private tutor to teach her 3 or 4 lines a day. She even struggled with shoot schedules, sometimes showing up 5 or 6 hours late because she couldn't decipher the call sheet. The challenges kept coming. She'd mix up shoot days, forcing schedule shifts. Director Billy Wilder once said about her, "She's so beautiful, you forget she doesn't know what she's saying." At press events, she stuck to pre-rehearsed answers. Off-script questions left her silent or smiling awkwardly. Those moments highlighted her struggles. Still, nothing stopped her legend status. With seductive looks and a God-given voice, she won fans everywhere. Preminger, spotting her dialogue issues, shot mostly close-ups, using lights and angles to hide limits. Even unable to read her Oscar speech, she made history in 1955 as the first Black Best Actress nominee, a game-changer in film. 6. Eartha Kitt, Catwoman with an IQ of 82, illiterate until age 16. Eartha Kitt is a legend, an international icon in music, acting, and dance. Born dirt poor in South Carolina, rejected by her black family for having a white dad who denied her, Eartha's childhood was brutal, growing up in cotton fields with barely any school. She didn't start classes until 11, but with insane talent and inner steel, Eartha became a global star, famous for timeless 40s hits and especially as Catwoman in the 60s Batman, despite an IQ around 82. Her early years, she couldn't read at all. Only at 16 did dance icon Katherine Dunham teach her basics. Joining Dunham's troupe in the 40s, Eartha killed it in dance, but bombed memorizing lines. She needed co-stars to read dialogue hundreds of times. Auditioning in Paris in 1948, she blanked completely. Instead of quitting, she sang and danced on the spot and got the gig. In the 60s, as Catwoman, already a worldwide name, Eartha still relied on hidden earpieces with someone feeding lines. Huge challenge for a star. But she never gave up. She leaned into her smoky, sexy voice, plus killer dance and body language to craft a mysterious, alluring style. Fans thought her forgetting lines was intentional sexiness. Truth was opposite, and she turned it into part of her charm. Later, Eartha learned 6 languages for international stages, by ear since she couldn't write. She conquered millions of hearts worldwide, becoming an art monument. Low IQ or not, Eartha proved real talent isn't always brainpower, it's endless creativity and flipping flaws into strengths. 5. Sidney Poitier, first black Oscar-winning actor with an IQ of just 86, illiterate at 15. Sidney Poitier made history with the first Oscar for a black actor in Lilies of the Field, 1963, a giant in American film and a symbol of breaking stereotypes through sheer will. Born poor in the Bahamas, Poitier hit America at 15, unable to read or write, IQ around 86, armed only with a burning drive to change his life. From those lows, he rose to stardom and paved the way for black actors after him. His first audition for the American Negro Theater in 1943 ended with him getting booted for his thick Bahamian accent and zero script-reading skills. But that rejection lit a fire. For 6 straight months, he paid an old Jewish guy in Harlem to coach pronunciation, learning just 3 or 4 words a night. The struggle dragged on for years, and even into the 50s, mild dyslexia slowed him. He'd mark scripts with colored pencils to separate lines. It could crush anyone, but Poitier doubled down. With total commitment, he practiced pronunciation 18 hours a day for months. Dialogue hurdles faded. He landed roles with few lines but deep emotion, like in Blackboard Jungle and The Defiant Ones. Language barriers didn't stop him. He poured feeling through eyes and silence, a signature style that set him apart. One look, one gesture, and he owned the screen, delivering powerful messages. In 1964, Poitier won the Oscar for Lilies of the Field, becoming the first Black Best Actor, a personal triumph and historic breakthrough smashing racial walls in Hollywood. Winning proved early struggles don't dictate the future. From illiteracy to audition rejections, every obstacle just highlighted Sidney Poitier as a hero fighting prejudice, an inspiration to never ditch your dreams. 4. Diahann Carroll, first Black TV series queen with a shockingly low IQ of 87. Diahann Carroll, queen of massive strides in film and TV, was the first Black woman with her own series, Julia, 1968, playing a doctor and shattering stereotypes about Black female characters in entertainment. Born in the Bronx, she started young, modeling and singing to support the family, dropping out of NYU for Broadway. With an IQ around 87, Carroll conquered the world with grace, talent, and unreal grit, becoming a resilience icon. From her first steps in showbiz, Diahann faced insane hurdles. Killer talent aside, reading and understanding long contracts was a lifelong issue. She always needed managers to break down every line. It caused headaches at work and hit her confidence, but she never let it break her. Problems followed to set. Filming Julia, 1968-1971, she'd forget if her character was a nurse or teacher without ear prompts. She'd mask the confusion on camera, keeping everything smooth and natural. In 70s and 80s interviews, tough questions with big words tripped her up. She'd ramble or just smile. People were shocked a star seemed so unsure. But those awkward moments never dimmed her glow. Her operatic voice and classy beauty built an irreplaceable image. Directors played to her strengths: short scenes, simple lines, close-ups with glamorous lighting to spotlight her allure without heavy dialogue. Thanks to non-stop effort and crew support, Diahann Carroll didn't just land the first-name Black TV series. She won a Tony, smashed gender and race barriers, and her own personal ones. She's proof talent isn't capped by IQ, an idol of grit, rising from hardship to legend status in fans' hearts. 3. Cicely Tyson, 3-time Emmy legend with an IQ of 85, needed 40 minutes per script page. Cicely Tyson, one of the greatest actresses in American film history, isn't just a symbol of strength and perseverance. She blazed trails for Black actors. Born in Harlem to a maid mom and carpenter dad, Tyson dropped high school to support the family. With undeniable acting gift and sky-high emotional intelligence, she won millions through powerhouse roles in films like Sounder, 1972, racking up Emmys and even the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Obama in 2016. But behind the glory was a brutal road limited by her IQ. At around 85, Cicely couldn't read fast, like peers. One script page took 30-40 minutes to grasp. Even on Sounder, the film that made her a star, director Martin Ritt spent 3 hours every night simplifying lines word by word. It never discouraged her. She poured everything into roles, rehearsing non-stop to understand characters and deliver raw emotion through eyes and gestures. Press conferences brought more trouble. She stuck to 2 or 3 prepped short answers. Complex questions got smiles and silence. It seemed like weakness, but for Tyson, it built an aura of pride and depth without words. She refused maid or negative roles, taking only deep, humane ones. forcing directors to write simple yet vivid dialogue fitting her style. Cicely Tyson wasn't just a star, she's a true legend who turned every glance and move into powerful language. Despite IQ limits, she soared, embodying perseverance and emotional genius. 3 Emmys made her not just a talented actress, but a symbol of self-transcendence, giving hope to millions. 2. Diahann Sands, Broadway star with an IQ of 83, forgot lines mid-scene but created explosive moments. Diahann Sands, a blazing Broadway talent, stunned the world in A Raisin in the Sun, 1961, and The Landlord, 1970, with unmatched emotional power. Born poor in the Bronx to a plumber dad, she worked side jobs young to help the family. IQ at 83, nobody could deny her stage radiance. From hardship, Diana rose so high, doubters had to bow. Landing meaty roles meant fighting a world that never played nice. Scripts took forever to memorize. During A Raisin in the Sun on Broadway, she couldn't keep up with co-stars, so she plastered notes backstage everywhere. Dozens of times, she begged actors to repeat lines, feeling trapped under pressure. It never broke her. She'd mutter lines everywhere, anytime, to lock them in. Doubters questioned her acting, but couldn't deny her energy and fire. Even battling late-stage cancer, she poured everything on stage. Health fading, she refused to collapse. On The Landlord, 1970, she once blanked mid-scene, part memory issues, part illness draining her. Pain and exhaustion blurred lines. Everyone urged rest, but Diana did what she did best: explode with feeling. Her stage energy erupted, creating a tear-soaked scene nobody could look away from. Off-stage, her life dimmed. On stage, she burned like an eternal flame. Later, peers admitted Diahann Sands wasn't just talented, she was resilience personified. She pulled off a career miracle, Tony-nominated in 1964. Tragically cut short by cancer, she still became an icon for anyone believing IQ isn't everything. Passion and inner strength can turn every second on stage into unforgettable magic. 1. Lena Horne, MGM's first black contract star with an IQ of 88, illiterate when signing deals. Lena Horne, a Hollywood legend, became an icon with Stormy Weather, 1943, and as the first black actor with a long-term MGM contract. From a tough background, never finishing high school, Lena overcame everything to build a dazzling film career. Reported IQ around 88, she never let it block her path. Joining Hollywood, her world wasn't all glamour. MGM's 1942 aptitude test put her dead last among contract actors. Challenges hit immediately. Long scripts were impossible. Co-star Louis Jordan read every line aloud during Stormy Weather, 1943. Tough moments, but Lena never let weakness kill her dream. She wasn't a brainy actress, but that didn't dim her screen glow. MGM treated her like decorative eye candy. Simple roles, sing a couple songs, exit. It limited her, especially in the 40s when her scenes were shot separately, never with white actors. Not all bad, though. It let her play to strengths. Stunning beauty, soulful voice, and regal vibe made her the center of attention, no matter the odds. Sadly, Southern theaters cut her scenes due to rampant racism. Facing segregation and Hollywood limits, she owned her space her way. Never defeated, never quitting. Low dialogue roles became chances to flaunt perfect beauty and charm through looks, gestures, and song. Undeniable gorgeousness and classy style etched an unforgettable image in fans' minds. Later, Lena became more than a movie star, a civil rights beacon. Her anti-racism speeches stirred massive waves in the black community. Often written by others, she still stood tall as a pioneer for justice. Not just a silver screen light, but a tireless fighter for her people. Lena Horne proved a low IQ can't stop you from conquering career and life. Her shine came from pure heart for the craft, community, and undying passion. There you have it. We've explored the journeys of these black legends who shattered barriers to shine despite low IQ labels. They proved real talent isn't just a number, It's persistence, passion, and rising above yourself. What do you think of them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below the video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss more wild stories from the celebrity world.